Hi all, welcome to SalesforceWithVNaik. This is the second part series of our external client tab, and we are talking about enable client credentials flows today. I'm not going to deep dive on the use case, but as a Lona super admin, I've been asked to create one external client tab where my source can actually talk to the target system by authorizing using this external client tab. So now I can just type on external client tab here, and then I can click new external client tab, or else I can simply go in the popular way where app manager, and I'm going to click on new external client tab. I'm just going to give some name, and I'm going to give one valid email ID so that if there is any communication that is needed to be done from Salesforce, then they will be reaching out to this particular email ID. There is a distribution state, and there are two types of distribution state. As we spoke in our previous vlog, this particular external client app is very friendly for second generation package, and that's why you will be able to package it and also deploy it along with your other customization and configurations when you are packaging it. So now I can give a logo and I can give an icon. So what I'm going to do is, since the Salesforce is our source hub, so I'm just going to use Salesforce logo here so that it is visually appealing that and also informative that this particular client app is used for Salesforce. Okay, and I can give description. Yeah, and here comes the actual fun part where we are enabling OAuth. Then I'm supposed to give a callback URL. So this is typically the callback URL depends on the business use case, but as of now, I'm just going to give www.google.com. But as we know, this particular callback URL is used if you're using web server flow. Then when you're actually authenticating, the callback URL will be called to this, and you can take the control from here. And what scope, for now I'm going to give full access, but again this depends on the use case, and the lesser is the better. Since we are talking about enable client credentials flow, you can see that there will be a client key and client secret that will be getting created as part of this org. So I'm going to click OK. I'm not going to use this proof key because this particular client ID and client secret which we are using will not be used by our mobile. So this is usually used whenever you are using mobile authentication, and if you're not trusting that external device, so you will be generating another proof so that it is very valid and also it cannot be hacked so easily. And also today we are not talking about our web server flow because we'll be doing machine to machine authorization as per our requirement. So I'm just going to keep this refresh token and I'm going to hit create. Now this is created. I have a couple of things to be noted, right? So as a policy and as a settings. So let's edit this. In order to work our enable and client credential flow, I would like to enable this particular client credential, as this will be asking me which user as a user that you have to run. So usually this will be an integration user, but in my case I'm just going to use my user as a demo purpose, but this will be an integration user, not any individual user. So I'm just going to give my user here, and also I can configure the expired refresh token, and if it not to be expired or if it has to be immediately expired, so it depends on the use case again that you can configure here. So I'm going to click on save, and in the settings what I can see is I can see the client secret and client ID. So this part will come to a bit later. So now the basic setup is done. As a loaner, I would like to first test it because I would like to make sure that this particular connected app, or sorry, this particular external client app that we have created is working fine. So I'm going to use the Postman. So I don't know about this particular authorization that we have to do. So we will use our assistive AI to help us. So I'm just going to give a prompt saying that So before that, let's create one post request because we would like to get our access token. Let's see what this particular prompt does to us, whether it will help. But in general, we would need client ID and client secret and the grant type. Grant type will be our client credential. Yeah, I think this is helping us in that. So let's see where I can approve. Okay, I can approve here. Okay, I have got grant type as client credential. I need to provide client ID and client secret, that I will do, but I need to provide the domain name. So what I can do, I can either go to my, I guess it is company information. I usually go to classic to find this, or I think, yeah, domain. Or else we can just switch to classic and then get it. But this was my domain. Let me copy this. Let me just replace this particular. Okay, now I have these details that I need to give. So let me go back to my external client app. Settings, and I'm going to open this. So obviously I will receive an email. Let me get that verification code. This is no different than our connected app. Okay, so before I hit, so there are a couple of things that we need to be noted. If this particular user that we are going to give in the policy, if this user is not a system admin, then by default you would not be having access to this external client app. So you may need to create a permission set, or profile permission has to be altered accordingly. Maybe, yeah, this is fine. I think I know the issue. So let's go to our settings because I have given the full access. I just need to give this user data via API to work. And you can see that now you are getting the access token. So this is how we can enable our client credentials flow. I hope you like this video. This became a little bit linear, but I think the working session would help, I believe. Thank you so much.